I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. And with most of the season in the books, the power rankings have really taken shape. Taking a look at Houston, they're stuck in the same spot, still outside the top three.
And the Hornets, they've been consistent in their approach, and they've found consistency in these rankings. Just a real solid club that puts a good product out on the floor.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Guys, we may see Che on the red carpet soon. He's been rubbing elbows with TV and movie producers for a while. And this is something that interests him. We'll see if it becomes part of his future. Guys?
David, once again, great stuff. Thank you. Greg, the glitz and glamour calling Che.
And we've seen a handful of players dabble in Hollywood with mixed success. You just hope it doesn't distract Che from his development process, which has been firing on all cylinders.
So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. Monk and Batum, the wings. Williams is out there with Hernan Gomez, and it's Che in at the point. And for Orlando, Fultz and Ross pair up to make the backcourt. At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic, and it's Cephalosha in at the small forward position.
And you look out there at the Magic, one of the taller teams in our league.
And, you know, that's a philosophical bent for the front office. They want long, athletic players. Draft guys with great length and then develop their strength and skill level. And I actually kind of like that approach. Have a philosophy, stick to it, and be true to it. Boy, that's a terrific move. His ability to control the ball and create off the dribble is a key for Che.
Now, here's Fultz, covered by Che. Ross against Williams. Ross, that's good.
Yeah, that's a good way to start the game. Nice inside bucket right there.
Che outside. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. And Che was named Player of the Month again. That's now, Greg, twice this season. And what a year it's been.
And that just sums up what an impressive season it has been for Che, Kevin. Winning several Player of the Month awards is hard to do for any star in the NBA, and Che has done it at a very young age.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
And so it's Ross. He brings it up for Orlando. Their last meeting was in this building where they were able to come out on top.
And the last time these two met, they were able to get a big win because of that bench production. Second unit might be a factor in this one as well.
And you know what? If they run away with this game like they did in that one, I'd expect to see plenty of minutes again for the guys coming off the bench.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
Perhaps he's set for a big night. I mean, he can be a difference maker for him when he's on his game.
Fultz, no good.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And, you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Williams, it's good. He makes his first shot of the game. And this late in the season, Clark, for non-playoff contending teams, really there's nothing to lose. The pressure is gone. You can let it rip, can't you?
Yeah, there's a freedom that you can play with when you don't have the pressure or the expectation of being a playoff team. And sometimes that allows you to play your best basketball because there is nothing to lose.
Clock at 4. Fultz, no good.
Well, I admire the fact he's trying to power through this rough stretch, but on occasion you'll have periods like this.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. And Vucevic with the basket on the assist from Fultz.
Really like the quick decision-making of Fultz there, Kevin. Excellent at surveying the floor for the open teammate.
Brown kicks to Williams. Back to Brown. Pass to Monk. Tipped away. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touch by Brown.
Not sure what he was thinking about with that pass. Just sailed it right out of bounds.
Isaac's checked in for Thabo Cephalosha. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Biombo, he's checked in for Hernan Gomez. Washington comes in for Marvin Williams. Bridges, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Rozier in for Malik Monk.
Boy, for a young guy, Fultz is really a smart player. Takes on the pick and roll with confidence and poise. Man, outstanding work.
Now here's Shea. 43 points out last game. Good. Shea's got 6. Well, you look at the way Shea, Greg, has come in and been a huge factor for this team. He's a big part of why they're expected to make a run at the title.
And right from the get-go, Shea has been a huge producer for them. When you add someone who can do all the things Shea can to an established roster, it's no wonder this team has championship expectations.
Or he's cooking with grease. He's got things flaming up, looking for an opportunity every time down the floor when he's that hot.
So for the Hornets, their last game, a win against the Heat.
And guys, they walked into the arena with a certain kind of swagger, and we really saw it play out on the offensive end.
And, you know, confidence is key there. They seem to play with a ton of it, especially on the offensive end.
Here's Ross. It's blocked. Shea outside. To the middle. Biombo, the pass to Rozier. And it's sent back by Isaac.
What a wingspan Isaac had.
And one of those little spark plug guys, Terry Rozier, plays the game with Greg, I think, a chip on his shoulder.
I mean, the story goes, as a kid, when his temper flared, his mother would have to sit on him until he cooled down. He's learned to channel that fire and emotion into his game.
Over the last decade or so, the Hornets haven't had a lot of success, Clark, in the draft.
Well, you take a look at it, guys, and they've traded away a multitude of picks, and picks that have turned into guys like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Tobias Harris, 2 outstanding young players. They've missed on the picks they've kept. I think they've got to do a better job of building from within.
Setting the floor for the Hornets. They've got Ricky Rubio. Williams is out there with Murray. Then there's Brown. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the 5 spot. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Shea in the last game against the Heat was outstanding. He ended up with 43 points, and along with what he did on offense, he had a big defensive night as well. The numbers in that game make me anxious to see what he can do tonight. Kevin?
Thank you, David. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
Yeah, you know, every night's different. They may try to double him, might force him to adjust, or force him to make plays with the pass instead. We'll see.
Ross finds Supa'Nova. Now here's Fultz. T right on him. Back to Vucevic. The basket good off the assist from Fultz. Vucevic has got his second basket of the game.
Well, that's just strength there. That's what we call weight room. The power of Vucevic on display.
And finished off by Hernan Gomez.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Here's Ross. Again, the magic score.
Feasting on the leftovers, eating big time. Ross stepping inside the arc and making it happen.
Here's Brown, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Yeah, I don't think it's an accident that aggressiveness correlates with playing better. So the aggressiveness is starting to pay off.
When you watch the Hornets play, you can expect a very controlled game.
Yeah, you know, they don't push too much and make silly mistakes. Fantastic when it comes to minimizing turnovers, controlling the pace. They've been one of the best teams at keeping turnovers down since 2014.
Gordon's checked in for Mohamed Bamba. Now here is Supa'Nova. 11 points for him in that last game against New Orleans.
And one of the big ways he came through was at the foul line. They couldn't contain him. He was equally effective at scoring baskets as well as getting to the line. Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Fultz looking around. Count it. Good. Fultz has got the game tied up here for the Magic.
And, you know, Fultz has great control on these floaters. Not an easy shot, but he makes it look easy.
Brown. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Brown's got 4 points now in the quarter. From deep. No good on the last second attempt there.
Boy, if he's not alert and active, that shot's probably good. But Shea was right where he needed to be.
And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. Hornets lead by 2. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Well, you look at Shea in this game, he has been everywhere.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. And so in the game for the Magic, at the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Fultz and Ross pair up to make the backcourt. And it's Cephalosha in at the 3 spot. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Hornets. A 2-point game. And after this game wraps up, they're off to Atlanta where they'll take on the Hawks. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. The Magic shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Fultz with the ball. Shea's there. And it's blocked by Brown.
Making an impact with his defense. I know how important that is to Shea in every game he plays. He wants to get it done at both ends.
Here's Ross. He can't hit that time. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. Look, we've talked about footwork, but a player's hands, how he catches, how he passes, the use of his hands are huge. And there are a couple guys out there that are great at that.
Kawhi Leonard has got some mitts unlike any other in the league. I mean, he's not that tall. He's long-armed, and his hands are humongous. That ball looks like a tennis ball in his hands. Not only are they big, they're good. He's active with them on defense, and he's very strong in how he handles the ball offensively. You know, I think about a guy in terms of maybe not size, but really good hands. Jokic, his hands are phenomenal.
Here's Cephalosha. Here's Vucevic, and Vucevic throws it down.
Establishes position with a strong base. You got to box out Vucevic better than that.
So Charlotte calls timeout. They're first. Now in his 6th season in the NBA, hard to believe Aaron Gordon is still just 24 years of age.
Not much older than some rookies coming in. You wonder what his ceiling will be.
So for the Magic, Jonathan Isaac, he's checked in for Cephalosha. Augustine comes in for Ross. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Fultz. The Hornets also changing it up. Washington's checked in for Hernan Gomez. And it's Miles Bridges in for Marvin Williams. Here's Monk. It's hauled in by the Magic.
You look at him, and he's a little hit and miss from there, even without a defender in his face. No guarantee.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Charlotte's had to wait a bit the last few years. Now, the city hosted the All-Star game last season. But for the Hornets, they've gone 3 seasons without a playoff appearance and 15 seasons without winning a playoff series. In that time, the franchise has had 7 head coaches and a shifting front office. Buzz City is hoping that its wait for playoff relevance will end soon. Kevin?
We all are. David, thank you.
Shea is merciless tonight, not letting up a bit.
And stolen by Shea. And Shea throws it down hard.
Boy, that'll fuel inject them a little bit with some energy. Shea bringing the fire.
Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Now here is Augustine. He has 6. They get it back. Good on that shot, and with that, the Hornet lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Vucevic. Brown feeling it out a bit. It's stolen by Vucevic. Here's Isaac. No good on the three. Hornets have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. And finished off by Brown.
That's going to make a defender think twice about getting in Che's way next time. Posterize.
Orlando's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. McConnell passes to Augustine. Here's Vucevic. Takes the 12-footer and hits. Vucevic has got 10 points in the game. Hornets leading by 4. Up top, Brown. He's covered by McConnell. Here's Isaac. It's deflected.
Trailing here in the game, you can look at his performance as a direct indicator of why they're losing.
Shea's shot is off.
You know, you'd like to see a little more effort there defensively, but maybe they wanted him to take that shot, baited him into it.
Pass to McConnell. Gordon up on top. 6 on the shot clock. Three-pointer Augustine. The shot will not fall. The Hornets have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Brown kicks to Monk. Shot and game clock separated by 5. And it's Brown missing.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Now McConnell. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
He's been doing really nice work at the line. 83%.
Making a change here. Isaac's checked in. Here's Brown. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon.
There's an aggressiveness to Che's game that I think everybody can appreciate and respect. Prides himself on keeping pressure on the defense.
He's off on the second.
And even though he couldn't get all of them to fall, he did make it a 2-possession game.
On the court for the Hornets, Batum and Williams at the forward spots. Shea is out there with Terry Rozier. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the 5 down low. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Hornets.
You know, with their fast break operating so efficiently, I mean, you can see why they've gone with it throughout the game.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
And the first one drops. And both free throws good for Ross.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Outside Williams. Back to Brown. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. 23 points for Che.
You'd love for all your shots to come from that range. Che, always going to cash in on a chance like that.
Here's Fultz. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
At the line, shooting 2. Markelle Fultz.
And he knocks down the first one.
You know, Fultz is a guy who can easily take over a game if you give him an opportunity to. He's very confident and has remarkable decision-making skills.
And the Magic making a change here. Vucevic is checked in. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Monk's checked in for Terry Rozier. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here, we're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Puts it up from 15. Good as the jump shot falls. And that's now 25 points for Che.
Boy, he loves to be right in the middle of it. Che wants to be the guy to make it count.
To the inside, Vucevic, terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
And, you know, you develop a level of trust with your teammates when you show the kind of concentration that Vucevic shows in these situations. He's the total package.
Here's Ross. The shot goes down and he gets this game back to even.
Large from T. Ross, showing major confidence out there.
And so Brown will bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one on Vucevic.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
So the first one drops, and that gives them the lead.
You know, in talking to Che's teammates, one of the takeaways is that he's terrific in the locker room, a really funny guy, and has a way of keeping everybody loose.
Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for Orlando.
Tremendous job at the line, as usual. You can always bank on him in those situations.
Now, here's Fultz. He's covered by Brown. It's stolen by Brown. And Shea throws it down.
Shea making it a one-man fast break, doing it all himself from start to finish.
1:24 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Now here's Fultz. He's covered closely. It's rebounded by Charlotte. And Gomez has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's Jay. Batum trying to break loose. And it's Brown that time on the assist from Batum.
That is the definition of clutch. Shea, never shine away from the big moment.
Fultz dishes to Vucevic. 50 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Shot clock at 6. Now the pass to Sefolosha. Shoots over Batum. Here's Gordon. Good! And now they trail by just 4.
Good to see Gordon coming through with a big basket. I mean, he's no stranger to these high-intensity moments.
Vucevic with the block.
Can't waste any time here.
No, you need a quick bucket and then a quick foul.
And it's blocked by Brown, and he's able to get it back. Ball's knocked loose, and now they decide to foul intentionally.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late-game free throws are a lot different than early-game free throws in terms of making it.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. Now a timeout called by Orlando. They're trailing by 3. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul.
Either way, they got to score the ball.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan player of the game, Shea.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game. It's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, look, here's what Steve Clifford went over with his guys during the break. And even though they're down, he was confident. He said, look, guys, I've got all the confidence in the world in you. We've been down this road before. You know what we need to do. Kevin, let's see if they can overcome this deficit.
20 seconds left to play in the final quarter. That's tipped. And Vucevic kicks to Fultz. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Great D that time from Shea. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul. It's the first. That gives them a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 5-point game.
Clutch free throws there. That should ensure they're going home with the W.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 5. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
You know, maybe working on their 60-second drill, even if it doesn't pay off tonight, maybe for the future.
And here's Cephalosha for 3 off on that one. So it's the Hornets picking up the win. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Che, your team has already clinched a playoff spot. So what are some things you're going to be working on as you get prepared for the postseason?
Man, our goal here on now is just to stay sharp and healthy, man. Keep a good rhythm. Keep momentum. Make sure we're at our best when the first round starts.
Well, it looks like you guys are peaking at the right time, so congratulations and continued success. Guys?
Thank you, David. Great interview once again.
Let's do this. You got my favorite shoes on. Sweat. That's what.
And welcome back to Hank and the Hornet on 98.9 The Flex. Big win tonight from our team, and we are lucky to have Che with us right now to break it down. So how you doing tonight, Che?
Guys, I'm fantastic. You know what? Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. With tonight's win, you guys officially clinched the playoff berth. So how does this reflect on the kind of season you're having?
I think it validates what we're doing here as a team. You know, nobody's satisfied with just making the playoffs, but at the same time, it means you're doing something right. So we'll just take it in stride, celebrate a little bit, but get right back to work because we got a long way to go to reach our goal, which is the championship.
The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Lao Tzu.
Whoa, excuse me. Did you just say something relevant and poetic? And did you make an accurate historical reference?
I don't know. I blacked out, Hank. What I missed?
Oh, wow. We are going to get to the bottom of this one after a quick commercial break. I'm not sure what just happened here, but we do need to figure it out. Che, thank you for your time. Appreciate you joining us.
Hey, no problem, Hank. And yo, Hornet, you killed that, man.
Oh, man, you are listening.
Now, I don't want to interrupt the celebration, but there's a few things I want to say.
Speak on it, Coach.
Now, first of all, each and every one of you deserve this. Making the playoffs in this league is a big deal, and you should find pride in that.
Let's get it.
You made a goal, you accomplished that goal. Now, remember, it's just the beginning.
Oh, come on, Coach. Killing my vibe, man.
Trying to keep you focused.
All right.
Okay, making the playoffs is a big deal, but remember, it's just a first step to a much bigger goal. And I think you all know what that is.
Hey, we're going to get that chip, baby.
Keep working and you just might.
For sure.
All right, everyone bring it in. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Team.
Yo, what's up, man?
Hey, need some help?
Let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do.
You got it. Come on, man.
Let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do.
Turn it up! Turn it up!
Let's get to work. Here's what we're gonna do.
Focus! Focus!
get to work. Here's what we're going to do.
Get it started, man. Let's get it started. Hey, hit me up.
What's happening, family? It's your man Nazar, the AI architect for NBA 2K20, here to introduce you to the play system for NBA 2K. It's been a minute and I'm excited to be back, so let's get started. Now, if you're new to the series and not yet a veteran play caller, and you want to know what your AI teammates are doing out there, be sure to peruse through the coach settings.
Great day for Chain Company as they have now clinched a playoff berth.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
You're going to stop referencing that, weren't I?
Absolutely not, Hank.
Okay, fair enough. Now, let's talk playoffs. We've actually got some surprise guests coming up here who are going to help us break down the big win and what...
A view of the Atlanta skyline and all the action below it, as seen from the 17th Street Bridge. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and our sideline reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Only 5 games left in the season. Let's quickly take a look at how the playoff field is going to stack up out east. Taking a look at Charlotte. Right now, they're locked into 3rd place in the conference, looking to get a high seed for the playoffs. And, of course, the Hawks. Not really any threat right now, as their record showing a lot more losses.
And you know, for the Hornets, they must have reached every goal they set for themselves this season. For them to be this high in the standings this late in the season, what an accomplishment.
And now they've got a new set of goals, and those are all about success in the playoffs. That's where men are made. They've got to have their sights very high at this point when it comes to the postseason.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. Batum and Williams at the forward spots. Monk is out there with Brown, and it's Biyombo at the 5. And for Atlanta, Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Young and Herter make up the backcourt, and it's Jang in at the center position. And at the end of the year, Brent, we've been seeing an uptick in play from some young lottery-bound teams.
Well, they're always excited about having opportunity to play loose and play free. The backside of that is you didn't play well enough to get into the playoffs. Right. So, you know, good coaching staffs with young teams that have potential, Kevin, will ask their teams to be spoilers. Like, embrace the idea of let's compete tonight against that team.
Make that your
4th seed. Yeah. Let's go up against this.
Sure.
There are other teams that, quite frankly, just give up on the year. And some guys will have some big empty numbers to finish off the season. You got to temper your kind of eyeballs on those things.
And how about Monk there scanning the floor for the open teammate? That's how you develop a trust from your teammates.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Lloyd Pierce.
Thanks, Kevin. I asked him which part of their offensive scheme they feel confident in, and he said, no surprise, outside shooting. He told me our guys can flat out kill it from deep. So we're going to try to get that dialed up early on. We'll see, Kevin. Back to you.
All right, thank you, David.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Shea passes to Monk. Outside, Batum. Here's Shea. And no good that time. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
Yeah, they really snuffed that one out. Didn't execute all that well. Fortunate to walk away with the W.
Yeah, we talk about gutsy wins, and on a night like that in the last game where they just did not shoot it well, that's a steal during a regular season.
So it's the Hornets now, following the three by Atlanta. Shoots from 14. Collins grabs the miss.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Hunter kicks to Collins. Pass to Young. Fires the three. The Hornets pull it in. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
Yeah, it was all hands on deck. Helps to get points off the bench when you're on the road.
Yeah, saw the box score of that game the next day, and I thought, wow, that's a huge scoring night. Pretty impressive stuff there.
Here's Young. Following the basket by Shea. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen. Here's someone who's really been playing well, earning the player of the month in the East, Shea.
Basketball is one of the few sports where good offense beats good defense, and nobody has had better offense than him lately. I don't think there's anybody in the league that could have slowed him down on offense. He was unstoppable, to say the least.
Over his NBA career, Shea has had to earn everything. You see that he's appreciating that now.
Herter passes to Collins. Back to Herter. Four on the clock. Three-pointer. Rebound by Williams. And so Brown will bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. They trail by one. They beat the Hawks during their last encounter in Atlanta.
And the last time they were able to come away with that win because of their depth. Great production from the reserve.
Probably looking for more of the same here. As we know, a deep bench so crucial to any team's success.
So for the Hawks, Jabari Parker's checked in for Gorgie Dang. And it's Reddish in for Kevin Herter. The Hornets also with a sub. Terry Rozier's checked in for Monk. Now, here is Young. He had 28 points in the win against New Orleans.
Yeah, but there's always this point, Kevin, you got to look at where did he also impact the game. It was on the rebounding end of the floor. A tremendous performance there.
And here is Brown, following the three-pointer by Trae Young.
He's looking confident right from the opening tip.
There's the pass to Parker. And again, it's Atlanta.
And Parker has the mid-range shot going there, looking composed while he pulled the trigger. Love the in-between game.
Back to Brown. Lets it go. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And Brent, many consider Trae Young the first product of the Steph Curry generation. He grew up in the age of the three-point shot.
I think that's pretty fair. He said he recorded all of Steph Curry's games. He studied them and tried to see where...
Atlanta will go for a different look here. Gorgie Dang's checked in for Alex Len. John Collins comes in for Parker. Hunter's checked in for Chandler Parsons. And Kevin Herter subbed in for Trae Young. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Jang, the pass to Herter. Oh, trying for it. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Shea in the last game against the Magic had a huge game. He dropped in 34 points and played tremendous defense as well, really causing havoc on both ends of the floor. He was unguardable all game long. He took whatever the defense gave up. I'm sure he wants to do that again tonight, Kevin.
Yeah, David, he was in attack mode all night long. GA really propelled them to that win.
When he's on, he is on. And there isn't all that much you can do to stop him.
And sometimes you can just look at a guy and you see the confidence that he's playing with. That's what I like best.
Setting the floor for the Hornets. Brown out there with Monk. Then there's Murray. Then it's Brook Lopez. And it's Biyombo at the 4 slot. You know, officials try to be as objective as possible, Brent. It does sometimes feel like we get superstar calls, correct?
I think there's absolutely superstar calls, Kevin. And, you know, the purist in me wants the referees to keep it fair. But understanding that the game is entertainment and understanding what it takes to be that level of player, every now and then seeing a guy like James Harden getting a few more free throws or watching Giannis find his way to the line a few more times, I shrug my shoulders and I say, yeah, I actually kind of get it.
Yeah, good examples. Reddish with the ball. Jay's there, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
The Hawks have made 2/3 of their free throws tonight, 6 of 9 to be exact.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76. And even with the shift from Budenholzer to Pierce, the Hawks continue to rely on the 3 as much as any team.
No doubt about it. I think the front office still accentuating the fact that they want to find some floor spacers after that 19th pick in John Collins, a guy that can rim run and protect the middle. They wanted to go after as much shooting as they possibly could.
Rebound by Jang. Jang's got his 6th rebound on the night.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
In the corner, it's Hunter. Here's Reddish. The shot off that time. Hornets trail by 4. Monk with the ball. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Brown, good.
Tons of attention on Shea. He's showing us that he can hoop.
Atlanta's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Reddish the pass to Collins. The dish now to Jang. Passes to Reddish from 18 feet away, and he gets the jumper to drop. Reddish has got 5 points so far.
Shooters tend to be hungry, but this time Herder finds an open teammate.
And it's Brown missing.
Well, that's how to protect the rim without fouling. Force him into an awkward release and a bit of an adjustment on the layup. That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
Charlotte shooting their first free throws of the night. Free throw, good. Jay.
Well, the great thing about the NBA is that you can prove yourself on a nightly basis. Jay's stock fell staying 4 years in college. A lot of analytics guys don't like the fact that as you get older, you maybe don't have the chance to reach a higher ceiling, but he's performed since he's entered the league. He'd love to make them pay for giving up that wide open jumper, just unable to do so.
Shots good by Williams.
And something about it, the game feels like it's slowing down out there for Che, who's seeing the whole court.
Goes up from the top of the key. They grab their own miss.
Hard work on the offensive glass. You can see the coaching staff rise up and clap for that effort.
They swipe it. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime.
Thanks, Brooke. Where is this team right now?
Oh, it's so exciting. You know, it's really thrilling to come out with such a great group of guys every night, you know, and play basketball. You know, it's a lot of fun.
Smiles on your face, Brooke. Thanks for the time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Well, you look at Shea in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Young and Herter make up the back. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. And it's Jang in at center. That's the group starting the second half for Lloyd Pierce. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, one of the things that teams are more aware of in the age of analytics is the importance of sleep. Those teams are making adjustments. Morning shoot-arounds have been moved in some cases to the afternoon or eliminated altogether. There are many fewer teams that are taking red-eye flights across country. And some teams even give players orange-tinted glasses to encourage them to sleep. There's a lot of work to be done in this field, but the direction is clear.
Continuing to evolve. All right, David, thank you. Here's Herter, and he banks in the layup. Herter's got 7.
Focused shot there and a tough one. Give Herter credit.
They call him Red Velvet. Kevin Herter, out of the University of Maryland, proved he can stripe it from day one.
Here's Che. Another miss by Che.
So far, Kevin, the third quarter has not started well. Just 1 of 4.
In the corner, it's Jang. Poke loose. Young in the corner. No good. And the Hornets now going the other way. And Greg Herter, the 19th pick back in 2018. Sweet touch and at 6'7". Good size at the shooting guard position.
And the Hawks general manager, Travis Schlenk, coming from the Warriors with Trae Young and Kevin Herter. The Hawks hoping they have a kind of Splash Brothers East.
For the Hawks, Alex Lenz checked in for Gorgie Dang. Jabari Parker comes in for John Collins. And it's Carter in for Hunter. The Hornets also changing it up. Washington's checked in for Williams. Bridges comes in for Nicholas Batum. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Monk.
Trae Young showing off his finishing ability on the inside. Well, as good as he is offensively, the challenge for Trae Young as the years go on here is to stand up defensively and shut down whoever he's guarding. Small and slender. If he can become just a little bit above average on that floor, that's a huge win for the entire team.
And sometimes as a point guard, you gotta take things into your own hands.
Yeah, right. It's okay to be selfish when you have a chance like that.
Well, if he's calling his own number, there's a reason for it. They respect the decision-making from him out there.
From the arc, gets the three-pointer to fall. Young's got 9. And he said he's eager to change the narrative about his defensive shortcomings. But, Brent, what does Trae Young need to do to improve there?
Well, I think he has to look at the approach that Steph Curry had. You remember with the Warriors, a lot of questions about Steph not being able to guard his position and shifting off with Clay. Trae's got to accept that challenge as much as he's trying to lead this team offensively. If he can show defensively he can be consistent, that's going to go a long way for these young Hawks.
Herter passes to Len. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Young. Drains the 19-footer. Young's got 7 points for the quarter.
Trae Young does not need much time or space.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets. Brent, if you were building an offensive system from scratch, what would be your favorite style of play?
I would really tend to lean on.
Charlotte shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
And the free throw, no good.
A second-round pick who relies on instincts and a little bit of size. Hernan Gomez, actually a pretty good free throw shooter.
It's been all about Che for the Charlotte Hornets. A terrific quarter for him. And now he has a total of 27 points. Shouldn't take him long to get up over 30. We'll return shortly. And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. The Hawks trail by 3. And on the court for Charlotte as we start the fourth. Monk and Batum, the wings. Williams is out there with Hernan Gomez. And it's Shea in at the point guard position. Kicks it out to Collins. And to get open is Jang. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Brown finds Williams. And finished off by Williams.
Yeah, still possessing the athleticism. Williams is sensational at finding ways to throw it down.
Shea.
If I was scoring that, Kevin, I'm giving that a strong 9 from Shea.
And so it's Young who brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. 7-point differential. It's good.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operator.
Williams passes to Brown. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Shea's got the lead up to 7 now for the Hornets.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. 2 points, that one goes. Shea's got 15 points in just the second half. And Atlanta has possession. Now, here is Young. Jang, the pass to Hunter. 6 to shoot. Fires top of the key. Good on that shot, and with that, the Hornet lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Young.
Are we sure that's the same player, guys? He looks completely different. What confidence he's playing with, and look how engaged he is on both ends.
Brown, good.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Young against Brown. For the 3. Monk grabs the board.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half. At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for the Hawks. And a switcher also for Charlotte. Biombo, he's checked in for Hernan Gomez. Young with no one around. No good on the triple. Here are the Hornets with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Shea with the bucket.
Zero hesitation to take that on the inside. Shea aggressive on that.
Brown against Young. We've got 1:48 left to play here in the fourth. Here's Huerter. Trying to get open is Jang. And Huerter gets it to go. Hornets leading by 11. And they double up Shea. Biombo. Good, and the assist goes to Shea. Brown's got 3 assists tonight.
Already one of the most popular guys on the team. Shea becoming more liked the more you make passes like that.
Here's Young. Biombo with the block. Outside Williams. Here's Shea. Rebounded by the Hawks.
That's one he knows he should have drained. No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Hornets.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight they had both.
Yeah, and listen, you only get the assist if the guy you give it to makes the shot. So a lot of assists will up your field goal percentage, but this was a great team effort by everyone.
And these guys already with 45 wins on the year, so tonight we'll make it 46.
And once they polish off this win, they'll be one more victory away from sweeping the season series.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Shea.
just knows how to fill it up, and that's exactly what he did tonight. Nobody that they assigned to him could really get a handle on him.
Herder passes to Hunter. Outside Collins. Here's Young. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Well, at this point, they're just trying to get back in sync. You want to play a good brand of basketball.
The consistency definitely is a key to some of the playoff performing teams, and tonight they just did not find it in this contest.
Herder passes to Jang. No good on that one. Here's Brown. Good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Che's got 46 points.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
And there it is for them.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of...
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.